So we have time for a few questions if people want to line up around the microphones. We've got a taker, I think.
Hello.
Okay.
Jennifer, thank you so much for the presentation. My question or comment would be the unknown human causes. Just talking with somebody who was investigating in Sevier County in Tennessee recently, talked about, you know, it's well known that there was arson fire that caused a lot of the destruction in Gatlinburg, but he said there were multiple fires, and most of those multiple fires, they had nothing to do with that. It was utility lines, it was power lines. So is that included in that number? That's a human cause in the sense that we build these things that then fail in a major event.
Yeah, that is actually one of the explicit cause types in this data set as well. That railroads, there's a couple of other important, like there's between 15 to 20 different categories, and then there's subcategories within that. And that becomes power lines becomes a really important ignition source, particularly during hot and dry conditions when people are running their air conditioners. And what happens is you get overloads on those power lines and actually incite new fires. So it's an ironic and emblematic of some of our fire problems. Yeah.
Another question? Yes, we have one.
Is this working? Yeah. Excellent information on the continental U.S. Have you also looked at all at interior Alaska and some of the changing patterns there?
No, we didn't for this particular study, because there has been other good work looking at the role of human and lightning-started fires in Alaska specifically. And I could certainly point you to that work if you're interested in that. And also there are many important cultural differences that are reflected in that data as well, that I can happily point you to.
I don't recall you saying where you were, you know, the source of your data in the analysis, and also I see that you use satellite data. Have you found a way to relate the original data you're using with the satellite data that you see?
Yeah, the second part of your question is an important one, because that's work that we are doing right now, is matching government records of wildfire with satellite data from NASA, MODIS, Landsat, and VIIRS. And there's some really important things that we're seeing. One is that there's not complete congruence, that there are fires in the government record that are not seen in the satellite record, and vice versa. There's fires in the satellite record that are not seen in the government data. And what this points to is the need almost for an Uber data set on fire, where we're combining all these different sources of information to get a full picture of fire. So that's one thing. The fire data set that we used for the government records is called the FPA FOD, Fire Program Analysis Fire Occurrence Database, which Karen Short compiled and integrated. She works for the Forest Service. And we really do have to acknowledge her that she opened up the door for this type of inquiry, because she put so much effort and dedication into compiling this information and also cleaning it in reducing the number of redundant records and other things like that.
So I think this will have to be the last question.
Yeah, Jennifer, that was a nice overview. One of your opening figures showed different regions in North America, and fires were increasing everywhere except Mediterranean California. What from your analysis could you use to explain that?
I was hoping you were going to answer that question. I don't know the answer. I don't know why the fires have decreased in Mediterranean California. And I really do hope that this audience can help answer that question, because I think there might be some important lessons there for us.
Thanks.
Okay, well, thank you. And please give a hand to both of our speakers. And then you are on break now. A reminder, the break ends at 10:45, so please be here promptly so we can recalibrate somewhat. And also a reminder that food and beverages are not allowed in the room, and so please do not bring food and beverages in. It's a nice room. Okay.